So whoever is the next president of basketball operations, John, what do you think they need to do to get back on track or get on track?
If anybody is to take over the Knicks, I think they need to literally, and this is it's not a good thing to say, and I don't mean it to try to hurt anyone, but every job has to be removed. That's everybody in the front office. Because no one wants to be, hey, when I was here, we used to do it like this. Hey, the way we do it like this around here, you need to clean house. And if you clean house like that and bring in new people, trust me, everybody will be on their P's and Q's. No one will be able to relate and say, I got a guy around the corner who can help me do whatever. That won't happen. You will now have your complete own staff, people you trust. And they do it in football. When they fire a coach, all the coaches sometimes get fired, and people upstairs. They need to do this at the New York Knicks. They need an entirely new atmosphere. They need a new system. They might need to move out of wherever they have their offices to get a whole new favor. It needs to be an entirely new place. It needs to be cleaned up.
You know, I think when this question is first asked, like, what can the New York Knicks do? Who do they hire as GM? I mean, I feel like falling back on my final take yesterday when they like, you can't do anything because it's the head that's sick. You don't solve the extremities by ignoring the core of the problem. You don't solve symptoms without addressing the infection. That being said, I want to be constructive, Cassidy. I want to come up with ideas for the Knicks. I want to do my best to try to solve this for them because there's love at the. This isn't hate.
Haven't you felt love all week?
Because what happened yesterday, you're not getting back in the Garden for any game. I can tell you that right.
Well, let me tell you something. There's a long list of us that aren't getting into the Garden now because I saw a lot of people. It's obvious. The Dolan problem is obvious. But let's move forward. Let's envision one of two paths forward for the Knicks, and I will tell you I'm torn on which path. We mock organizations that play home run ball when it comes to how to solve an organization. Let me get this big free agent. Let me get this big signing. Look, I'm a massive Dallas Cowboy fan. It comes as no surprise to anyone. I know very well that is a tendency that Jerry Jones, that's a little siren song he has a hard time ignoring. Whoa, Dion? I'll take Dion. Another big one, T.O., I'll take that one too. Big signings are often horrible, more often than not horrible for organizations, and we rightfully mock them for that. But I also think sometimes just lean into it. If you're going to be this dysfunctional, go be who you are, all right? You've wedded yourself to Carmelo to some extent. They may still buy him out. They may trade him. But look, they chose Carmelo over Phil. Lean into it. Go ahead. Go get John Calipari. Go do it. Do it, Jim. Do it. Go get everybody. You know what? You've got Carmelo. Go get LeBron.
Calipari's not leaving.
You go get LeBron. You go in on the LeBron sweepstakes. He'll be up. Carmelo's his boy. It's New York City. You just go for it, man.
But if they got LeBron, they would be bringing in a champion mentality. Yeah, they would be bringing in somebody who expects them to be at this level. When I left the Detroit Pistons and went to Miami, you know, I get down there and it's all cool. And they go, well, the flight's at 9:30, Terminal 6. I was like, what do you mean? We flying commercial? I couldn't believe we were flying commercial after coming from a team that was flying private. They didn't have the mentality of what it took. Now all the teams fly private. They realize, hey, maybe we got a commodity here. Maybe we have something worthwhile that we should put on a separate plane. So I'm just saying, it takes a while for teams to get a mentality. And just like losing is a habit, so is winning.
Well, look, I almost said the LeBron thing jokingly, although I think that the Knicks could probably take it seriously. Every organization wants to have LeBron, clearly.
Right.
The question is, are you willing to mortgage your future on the prospect that you will get LeBron? Well, I don't know. You're New York. You've got Carmelo. Whatever it takes to get him, man. If that's the plan, if Calipari's your answer, if Dave Griffin's your answer to get LeBron in house, go do the Knicks.
Why were you so defiant that Calipari?
I just laughed because I just thought about when you said LeBron, because if LeBron bought Maverick, we wouldn't have any of these problems in New York. He'd bring his crew of guys around, and New York would have a clean slate.
Yeah,
and the reason I said about Calipari is living too well down in Kentucky, literally getting players and getting them for 1 or 2 years and making it to the finals every year. There's no reason to stress yourself out.
Look,
to be under the light.
There's one other path, and I struggle to figure out if it's actually the more realistic path, and that is to be rational. The Knicks. I mean, this is the same organization that didn't get Frank Ntilikina's name spelled right on his jersey already.
Right.
They misspelled the name on their first-round draft pick, the 8th overall pick's jersey already. He's been there less than a week.
Well, I'm a dumb American.
And they misspelled his name, John.
But I'm a dumb American. I'm having problems spelling some names, too. But
this isn't the first time we've
However,
they even got my name wrong. And I'm an American, and they got my name wrong.
Right.
So it's the people behind the scenes who are doing the pressing. These are the guys who literally are in a sneaker commercial trying to get away or get on Southwest. These are not the smartest folks you can possibly think of running this league.
Well, if we are to assume that the realistic path for the New York Knicks is that they can find a rational path, one that actually makes sense, I do believe that Phil had many failures in New York, but he had some successes as well. And those successes have set the Knicks up to actually have some semblance of potential for the next few years with Porzingis, Hernan Gomez, and yes, I think Ntilikina will be a player. I think that means whoever the next GM actually might have a little bit of sliver of hope to create something that could last.